the county assemblies. I will suggest so. And if that could be had, I will suggest that you remove the deputy governor and the governor as a whole, not the deputy governor on a different, not remove the governor and leave behind the deputy governor. So if we are going to remove the office of the governor as a whole, because these people are malicious. In fact, the deputy governor is praying that the governor will die so that they can take the position. So we need to pray. Secondly, you know there is that order.
We hope not.
Okay, let's pray so.
There is no such prayer.
Number 3, if at all the deputy governor could take the position, I will suggest that even if the deputy governor could be impeached, the deputy speaker could not be given an opportunity, the speaker could not be given an opportunity to run the government. Because the speaker himself, in so many occasions, even in his Facebook page, he's saying he's a man on mission and he wants to be the governor of this great county of Kericho. So he's a man on mission. He wants to finish Dr. Eric Mutahi, then he comes for Fred again. Because in the clip, you could hear, we will impeach the deputy governor. That's Engineer Fred Grew. In Kalenjin, he said, he said, we will remove Engineer Fred. So he's a man on mission. So that's the general conduct of the speaker. If I could be asked to provide the details, I'll do so. Yes.
Thank you, witness. I hope you're done. And we want to discharge you now so that we can proceed on to the next. Do you? Can you give counsel the mic, please?
Thank you, Madam Speaker. One question for me from Senator Wambua. I have confirmed from the video that there seems to be no declaration of that specific question, but I'm yet to confirm from the hazard. So if you could kindly allow me to peruse through the thousands of pages. Once I get that specific capture, I will let you know. Thank you.
Thank you. So the witness is discharged.
Mr. Speaker, sir, Mr. Speaker, Madam, I was also asked a couple of questions.
Yes,
thank you, Madam Speaker. The first one is the propriety of my having asked the 18 MCAs to stand. It was a very direct invite by both the Speaker and an MC, I think, called Tarimbo, asking me to substantiate my contention that there were 18 MCAs in support of the governor and in opposition of the motion. I was very directly invited to substantiate that, and that was the only way I could substantiate, by identifying the 18 of them. The other question I was asked is why I took up the complaint about the use of electronic voting even before the MCAs had discussed it. And my answer is that, number one, I had been informed by my client that there was a scheme that had been hatched to use electronic voting, and that the system had been in the process of being set up in the assembly the night before the date of the voting. And indeed, the MCAs discussed that. The MCAs who are opposed to the impeachment were saying we do not want to use electronic voting. The MCAs who were supporting the impeachment were saying we will use electronic voting. The Speaker himself was saying, I don't know whether there's a system and whether we'll use electronic voting. Then the last minute towards the voting is when now the electronic voting was being rolled out. Of course, if you were to ask me, the Speaker was pretending that he doesn't know when he had already set it up. The last question I was asked was, why did we go to DCI rather than go to court for conservatory orders? It was an informed choice because we understand the issue is whether or not there was impersonation in the process of voting, and we wanted the DCI to use their department responsible for cyber crimes to determine that issue. We also came from the position that, as a general proposition, the Senate prefers to conduct their hearings to the end, and they tend to deem court orders directed at staying the process or rather they treat it with a lot of circumspection, and many times they disobey them. And for that reason, we thought we just go through the whole process up to the end. Lastly, was the question of whether the joint affidavit was regular. It's our position that the joint affidavit was regular. The position of all the 18 MCS was the same. Their wishes were the same. And so when at the bottom of the affidavit, they say it is a joint position of what they jointly believe, and is fairly true. It is a true statement. Thank you, Madam Speaker, and thank you, Honorable Senators. Madam Speaker, with your permission, I can call the next witness.
Yes, and before you do that, I just want to remind you, you have 1 hour, 49 minutes.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
To dispense with all your witnesses. How many more witnesses are you remaining?
There should be 16 because 17 actually. Apart from the list of the witnesses I have in my list, I have the expert who I got the permission to call him yesterday. I have the expert. My plan, Madam Speaker and Honorable Senators, is to call the next witness, whose case is that his photo was impersonated. After him, I will call the technical expert, and then I will call the other witnesses in my list within the space of the time remaining.
Okay. You may then proceed to call your next witness.
Thank you, Madam Speaker.
So, Honorable Senators, as we wait for the next witnesses, if there are 18 witnesses, the two prime witnesses, you'll be the ones that you'll be producing a lot of evidence. I will allow the interrogation of the two witnesses first, before the 18, before the MCAs, I think there are 16. Then we will, maybe I propose we will let the 16 all give evidence together. Then if you have a specific question to any of them, we'll have a limited time slot for those questions to be done. And then, because there won't be any other way of finishing before the close of day today. And then you direct the question, and I will also request the House that we be not repetitive. If a question has been answered from another senator, don't repeat the same question to the same MCA. And that you help us cover the 17 witnesses who are still awaiting to be heard. That would be the direction I would give to the House. So, counsel for the governor, please hurry up and present your next witness. Let the witness be sworn.